So I think that's really what part of it is. I recommend diversification. I also then recommend, really building up your relationships more than ever with your past clients. And I think with that, this is the most pivotal time in my history of 37 years, is you can build the relationships that last a lifetime. A lot of my clients who started as clients have become.
Welcome to the Maryland Real Estate Influencers Podcast, where we explore the ins and outs of the local real estate market. Join us as we chat with industry experts, uncovering tips, trends, and strategies to help you navigate Maryland's real estate landscape. Get ready to elevate your real estate game. Let's dive in. You are in the right place if you are here today and you're interested in finding out about the Maryland Real Estate Influencers Podcast. Today, we are interviewing Creig Northrop with Long & Foster and his team. And we want to find out and shine some light on what he and his team are doing in 2023 to pivot as the market is pivoting for us. Thank you so very much, Creig, for joining us today. I sincerely appreciate it.
My pleasure. It's Northrop Realty, by the way, too. Just want to tell you that.
Yes.
No worries. All good. Part of Long & Foster's.
Thank you so very much for that. I do appreciate that. So tell us, what got you into the business?
What got me in the business? I mean, my mother's been in it for almost 50 years now, so it's kind of a natural progression. And I saw a need for my wife and I, when we made a team, that there was no teams in the Maryland market. So we created really what I consider one of the first teams there, and then kind of grew it from there. And I think that's sort of my goal was to make it a business, make real estate a business, and create what they call the IBM approach to real estate, which is what we ultimately did. And we grew to the #1 team in the nation 3 times through the recession. So it certainly works, but it takes a lot of good people to help make that work. And I think that's the real key to it, is to find people that are really good at things you're not, and really let them thrive on it.
And how large is your team now?
Well, it's not a team anymore. So we were #1 in the nation. We were 120 team members at the time. And then we actually converted into the brokerage Northrop Realty. And Northrop Realty is contrived. We have about 400 agents, 16 offices, and we're in 7 states. And so we do a lot of expansion, because where it all originated was Maryland. When most people move out of Maryland, sadly, for the taxes and things. They go to Delaware for taxes. They go to Carolina for prices. They go to Florida for weather. We're in all of them spots. We're in DC, Virginia. They come to the Maryland market just because that's sort of the next gravitation place. Pennsylvania being another gravitation place from Maryland. So that's the goal, was to take the team, all we learned, everything we did, move it into a brokerage. And now we're the only one that I know of, at least in the state of Maryland, that is a full service brokerage running like team, because we all get along, we all trust each other, we all have the systems, but by right, each one has their own brand. And we have about 40 teams with us now, and about 300 individual agents.
Wow, that is amazing. Congratulations on your progress.
Thank you.
That is wonderful. So I have some questions. So I know that we all know that the market is down, or production is down about 30% nationwide. The statistic that I read this morning was 33% down in Maryland specifically. And I'm wondering what you and your people are doing to pivot as the market pivots.
Well, I think first, it's the first time in history that there's been what they call a pent-up seller demand. They're not moving because of the interest rates. They have a 2 or 3% interest rate. They don't want to double their interest rate. I mean, that's really it. So you don't have what I call the leisure sellers right now. You have the need sellers. So the diversification is my answer. Like the whole coastal market for us, Delaware, Ocean City, all of that is doing fantastic. People can work from home. They can enjoy the view that I just got here. That's what took me a little longer in traffic. And so I think that's really what part of it is. I recommend diversification. I also then recommend, really building up your relationships more than ever with your past clients. And I think with that, this is the most pivotal time in my history of 37 years, is you can build the relationships that last a lifetime. A lot of my clients who started as clients have become my best friends. And I think this is where they understand the struggle. They understand there's limited inventory. They understand the interest rates are high. Buyers have now been able to get their housing a little bit more. So I think there is a little less competition. I don't mean it badly. It's good, but it's not overwhelming when you had 25 and 50 contracts and waiving everything. So from a buyer's atmosphere, it's gotten a lot better. Seller atmosphere, the values have gone up with lower inventory. It's just getting more of them. And I think that's it. How do you wedge them out is the ultimate question.
I like it. And now, do you have a daily success plan? I don't know. Do you use a coach yourself, or do you
No.
have a daily success plan that you utilize certain amount of certain things that you do Monday through Friday, or whatever your business day looks like?
I think it's important to, yes, it's how you start your first hours, how your day and your week are going to go, right? And I think that's really key. Getting up around 5 a.m. in the morning, really kind of reading something, doing some exercise, sweating in something, and then ultimately some kind of meditation and just relax and goal setting, right? And I think the key to that is people don't take that time. If you got up 2 hours earlier, you get 30 days of your life back in any given year. And I think that's part of my challenge for all the agents right now is stop looking at change the way you look at things. The things that you look at will change. I think you need to get around better mentors, maybe get a coach. We do have coaching programs with Northrop Realty as well. But, I think the ultimate thought process is where the market starts is your mouth and in your mind. And if you can control both of them, you'll always be successful in any market.
Yeah, I would agree with you. You mentioned about having a lot of referral business and repeat business.
Yes.
And how much of your production would you say is referral and repeat business?
I mean, a majority of it is, but I always say this, you can't live on referral business. I love when everybody says, well, I'm referral only. Okay, it sounds sexy, but really, to be honest, you got to still create business. You got to be memorable. You got to stop being a secret agent. You got to put yourself out there. You got to network. And you got to work your past clients. 87% of the buyers that use real estate agents don't use them again, 87%. So I send thank you notes to all of them and say thank you for your business, because ideally you're not following up, you're not following back, you're not following through. And you got to do that in this business.
So true. So true. What type of lead generating systems do you use, or if you use any?
No, it's good. I mean, obviously, we're very much consumer centric, so we do a lot of commercials on the Super Bowl, and obviously Orioles are doing well right now. So all of that, we kind of center focus on where the best spot to put it. But then we partner with Zillow. We're number one in the nation in Zillow there, so we get a lot of referrals and leads from that. And doing it for so long and doing a good job is also important. And so we've got probably 15 other lead sources that we have. But I think the strongest lead source in that question is referral.
I love that. I love that. And what are the trends that you're seeing in the market today in 2023?
Well, I think trends are it's a pros market. I think 70,000 agents have gotten out. It's predicted to be over 100,000 agents getting out of the business this year. I think it's not as easy as we all believed it was in the COVID years and in the glory years of 2005. You could have been ahead of lettuce, nothing personal. But ideally, I think what we're finding is the pros are thriving. It's a smaller pie. You just got to take more of it. And I think you got to get around either a team or a company like us, Northrop Realty, that helps with mentorship, training. I think training is huge right now. We have a training thing called Northrop U, which is a university just to train our agents. And we literally honestly do about 20 classes a month, and it really is upper level psychology of selling, which is mostly needed right now in this marketplace.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Is there any new technology? I know there's always new technology coming up, and some of it's good and some of it is just a fancy little widget.
Right.
Is there any new technology that you have seen or utilized recently that you think is may have a chance of longevity in our industry?
So technology, CRM, the best CRM is the one you use. Make that very clear. But one of the things that we did differently than everyone else in the marketplace is trying to invent the next hot ticket is we partner with Salesforce. They're the number one, programmer in the United software out there. And so what we did is we built our own to really kind of resonate with real estate. And so we basically live on that platform, and it's incredible, and our agents love it. And we've got ESPN and real estate running through it. It's just really good stuff. But it's expensive. So it's not something I would suggest to others. I think what I would recommend, we do a lot with Buffini. They come up with CRMs, create a website, put SEOs to it. There's all kinds of ways to kind of create good technology, and there's enough to plug and play. You don't need to create your own.
Very good. Thank you for that. I didn't know you followed Brian Buffini. So I loved hearing that he will be on the podcast soon.
Good. Yeah, he's definitely, and Dave Stevens, who was just on his podcast, we just
Yes.
had our company, one of our, we do a roundtable every Wednesday, and we had them. And so I love what you're doing. I think it's important. And Buffini's been in the same time business I have. So
yeah, we need to shine a light on this. It's a bit dark in our industry right now, and I just want to shine a light on the people that are in the top 5%, and say that these people are having the numbers, they are having production, and if everyone just looks at it and treats it, as you said, like a job, I think that they'll make the change, and they'll make the change in hitting certain numbers, whatever their particular goals are.
yeah,
and with
I think you got to gravitate to where success is. Success begets success. Be around other like-minded people, and make sure people are around that can level you up. And I mean by that is, people always say, well, I'm already number one in the office. Why do I want to go somewhere? Well, the reason you want to go somewhere is to get challenged. I'm only a good tennis player because I play upper level people, and that makes me better. If you're always doing the same thing, it's definition of insanity, because you're going to never you're going to plateau in this business. You just are.
Exactly. Now, are there any goals that you have right now for your business?
Well, the first thing is, of course, to keep growing our agents, our individual agents, and our teams, always allowing them to grow, period. Dominate Maryland is certainly one of the goals in the brokerage, because of the fact that we offer some unique proposition that no one else does. And I think, and we understand what teams are because we were a team. So I think kind of relatability is a really strong piece. So we're meeting all our team leaders, we're coaching all our team leaders, we're helping them really, gain team members. What does that look like? All of that. And I don't think there's a platform out there to do that. And the other thing I think is lacking is education to the newer agents who think they can get in this business and it's really that easy. And I think you need to have a mentor program, a mandatory mentor program for the first 3 transactions. You must do a mentor prior, before you can really get out there and sell on your own. And then the other side of it is, everyone should be building, any brokerage out there should have a program for new agents. We built called Elevate, and it's really is the top of the line, because you're seeing so many new agents getting this business, because it does look like glorified business. They just don't see the back end of how long you have to work, and you have to be a psychologist, a therapist, marriage counselor. You got all kinds of roles.
Very true in that. And I do have a question too, is that if people are listening to this and they're saying to themselves,
when they're listening to
this, thank you, and they say, I want to know more information about you, about this team, about Northrop Realty. I want to find out if I would be a good fit for this. Would you like them to reach out to me, or would you like them to reach out to you directly? Would you like to provide that content information?
Yeah, they can call my cell number direct and talk confidentially at 443-250-4244. I'm always available for that. They can go on my website, northroprealty.com, and they go right to career page, and it gives you a good sense of what we're ultimately. We're looking for full-time agents, or if you want to be if you are a part-time agent, you can be on one of our teams. Our teams are always looking to expand their team members, and you can certainly do that. But there's no one that's going to give you more education, more systems, more processes, more training, and leads out there than us.
Oh, and leads too. So that's an important That's an important part to bring up as well.
Yes, it is.
That is very important, because again, those new agents need a little bit of
absolutely. You need that help, and you need that training, and you need leads. No good unless you have some training. I mean, so you got to get that training first, and I think people miss that step.
Very true. Very true. I know that when I was doing all the leads, bringing them in, I found myself having to teach people how to convert leads because it's a lot different converting a lead than converting a referral. And
That's
I
right.
found that there's a huge difference in that. And I was taking a lot of time.
Yes.
So is there any one question that I haven't asked you today that I should have asked you
No, I
or
mean,
that you would
I
like
think
people to know?
I think the mindset of the market is it's like why jet planes don't have rearview mirrors. I think if you're in the market now, you want to stay, I believe you survived the storm, I'll call it. I say, stick with it. I highly recommend that pick up the phone, give me a call, be happy to coach you a little bit on it. But most importantly is that interest rates are going to come down. They're going to come down towards the end of this year. We're in an election year next year. I hear rumbling of getting down to 4% again. Again, no promises. Don't say Creig Northrop said, but here's the deal. The thought process is that we're going to appreciate it when it does. Because what's amazing is we got so spoiled at the 3 or 2% interest rates that and we always said they're going to go up, and they finally did. Now, when they do come back down, we're gonna keep them around, and we're gonna make value out of them because I believe we should have done that in the first place.
I would agree with you. I agree with you. Creig, thank you so much for taking your time out of your very busy day and sharing some light in our industry with the agents that are on here and that are listening to us. And again, if you're interested in speaking with Creig directly regarding his brokerage, regarding or joining the brokerage that he has, you can reach him at 250-4244. And it will be a great, all the training that he's offering, all the counseling that he's offering, all the team building systems that he's offering. This could be a really good, I'm losing my words right now. I'm so sorry. This could be a very
great
good
opportunity to really take your business to the next level. Bam, baby. That's
it.
what we do.
Thank you so very much, Creig, for your time today. I really appreciate you.
Thanks, Jennifer. Have a great day.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for joining the Maryland Real Estate Influencers podcast. We'd like to ask you 2 favors. Number 1, forward this podcast to 3 of your favorite realtor friends. They'll thank you for it, and I'll thank you for it too. Number 2, we'd love reviews. It helps get the word out.